Us on your channel of choice at this time, Africa Independent Television AIT. Welcome to COVID-19 Watch. My name is Benga Aruleba. We already lost some time to that sponsored package from Bayelsa there. So let's move quickly on the issues we have slated for this Monday morning. And it will seem as if we have taken our eyes off the ball as well as the management of this COVID-19 is concerned in Nigeria. The mood right now, anywhere you go, does not show that of the people government concerned so much again about this coronavirus or the COVID-19 disease, which is it causes. The people have let down their guards. The government and those in charge of driving the response to the COVID-19, including the health workers, who showed some uncommon commitment at the onset. All of us seem to have suddenly slipped into the Nigerian mode, the pre-COVID-19 Nigerian mode, that is. Otherwise, it's difficult to hazard a guess for the growing number of casualties from the treatment centers. All through last week, from Monday last week, that's July 6th, up to the weekend, daily death toll from the NCDC were in double digits. And on a particular day, I think Wednesday or so, about 21 fatalities were recorded in one single day. Now, could this be because the high level of usual commitment we saw at the onset when the COVID-19 was such a dreaded monster has now given way to the usual cavalier, nonchalant, official attitude of doing things? I'm just curious this morning. Today, for instance, health workers in Lagos are on strike, a 3-day warning strike, I think, or something like that. Now, this is a state that is the epicenter of the pandemic in Nigeria. Now, the effect of this development in the days to come will, of course, be very, very disastrous. But the direction we are going this morning is different. Last week, the United Nations released the 2020 edition of its e-government survey. The report indicates that South Africa, Mauritius, and the island of Seychelles are the leading countries in innovative government digital response to the COVID-19 in Africa. The report, which ranked 193 UN member states, captured the scope and the quality of online services, status of communication infrastructure, and existing human capacity in each country. The report indicates a tremendous growth in countries using higher levels of e-government development. No doubt Nigeria is one of the countries whose use and research to higher technology in conducting government affairs has improved tremendously, though we may not have ranked high. The conclusion that at least 7 out of 8 countries with low scores in the use of e-tech are in Africa points to the great challenges we have. Now, at the onset of the COVID-19, government activities at national and subnational levels in Nigeria were also becoming grounded. Truth is that today there are still many of our state governments that are still struggling to key into the technology divide, can't even conduct Zoom meetings to run government. Now, in the face of lockdowns, safe distancing, stay at homes, and all of that, it is imperative that the challenge of digital government, greater access to e-technology for the use of the people, to run business, online services, and improve telecommunications have all become a present work that should get our attention. How do we go about tackling this challenge? How do we minimize the effect of the potential reduction in human services that greater resort to technology might cause? And on the other hand, how do we also maximize the advantages that this technology of addressing, the resort to technology to address our shortcomings, how do we maximize the gains in that sector? And of course, what are the opportunities that this pandemic has provided us in terms of businesses, small and medium scale enterprises? What are the business development opportunities available in which areas? So it's a two-pronged issue that we're looking at, the challenges of e-governance. Are we doing well? Are we ready to conquer the odds? And then, of course, looking at the bright side of the pandemic in developing business opportunities for ourselves. That's in our discussion. So A quick update for you on the figures as regards the state of infections, state of infections as regards the COVID-19 rather. Now let's start from the latest figures released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC. 571 new cases reported on Sunday night, with Lagos State, where health workers are beginning a 3-day strike. Lagos State has the largest share of the infections, 152. Ebonyi, where Governor Dave Umahi is still being treated for the COVID-19 disease, recorded the second highest, 108 cases. Edo has 58 new cases, Ondo 46, the FCT 38, Oyo 20, Kwara 19, Plateau 17, while Osun, Bayelsa, Ekiti, and Katsina all recorded 14 cases apiece. Total confirmed cases in Nigeria is now 32,558, out of which 13,447 have been successfully treated and discharged, with 740 deaths recorded as well. A total of 16 deaths were reported just in all the treatment centers, just like I said, double digits in the last couple of days. And just as I raised concerns about the growing Nigerian fatality figures earlier, the nonchalance we are seeing now, the new wave of infections globally is also a concern. The World Health Organization of WHO has confirmed that yesterday's 230,370 cases reported globally is the single day highest since this pandemic broke out. The global figure of infections now is over 30 million. Actual figure is 13,049,106 cases globally, while total global deaths stand at 571,807. Total new infections in the last few hours, of course, being reported according to the Worldometer, 20,924 cases, while a total of 727 new deaths have also occurred in the last few hours. Russia is reporting 6,537 new cases this morning, 404 deaths as well. Mexico is reporting 4,482 new cases, 76 new deaths. Pakistan, 2,753 new cases reported, 69 new deaths in the last couple of hours. Philippines as well, 2,037 new cases, 162 new deaths, while Kazakhstan is reporting 1,646 new cases as well. These are the global figures as regards this pandemic. Let's get set for our discussions this morning. Paul Alaje is an economist. He will be joining me in the studio, and of course, we will be joined via Skype by engineer Paul Dwoke, who is a technology expert, as we look at how this pandemic has considerably imposed a result to e-governance, and of course, what are the business opportunities that this pandemic has also created for you. And we'll be looking at these two issues shortly in our discussion.
Debunking COVID-19 myths. 5G network causes COVID-19. This is not true, as viruses cannot travel on radio waves or mobile networks. Consumption of alcohol prevents COVID-19. The alcohol consumed will not remain in the linings of the nose, mouth, and eyes, so do not have the potential to stop an infection. Spraying alcohol or chlorine all over the body kills the virus. Doing this will not kill viruses that have already entered your body. Rather, they can be harmful to mucous membranes. COVID-19 affects only old people. This is not true. People of all ages can be infected by the virus. Antibiotics and chloroquine prevent and treat coronavirus. Antibiotics do not work against viruses. There is no specific medicine recommended to prevent or treat COVID-19. The viruses die after 4 minutes on surfaces. The viruses have been proven by sufficient research to last hours or days on some surfaces with suitable conditions. Mosquitoes can transmit coronavirus. COVID-19 is a...
Right. If you're just joining us, we're starting the discussions now. The program is COVID-19 Watch. Paul Alaje is there. Paul Alaje is an economist. Is also with is an economist and partner with SPM Professionals. I'm almost forgetting who you are. That's to say that we've not met for a very long time. Yeah. Good to see you.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Thank you. Engineer Paul Tiwoke is also on Skype joining us. He is a tech expert, CEO, Malcolm Multi Concepts Limited. Engineer Tiwoke, good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good to be with you today.
Thank you so much, sir. Right, a quick one, Paul. Are we taking our eyes off the ball? All throughout last week, there was no day that we didn't record double-digit fatality. This morning, health workers in Lagos, the epicenter of this pandemic in Nigeria, are going on strike. Are we taking our eyes off the ball? Like we are pretending that we have been able to tame this monster already?
No, I don't think it will be justified for us to say we've been able to tame the monster. The truth is, what we can say now is that because testing capacity has increased, we're now having more people who are being confirmed to be infected or to have contracted COVID-19. Now, the painful thing is to have heard or to have read in the papers that health workers will be going on strike. And I also saw it myself, saying that apart from their colleagues that are managing COVID-19, the question is, other people may show up in other hospitals, which may be government hospitals. It may not necessarily be that they know they have COVID, but they may think they have malaria. And it is those people that are on strike that will confirm to them that you may need to run COVID tests. So if they think that we are not focusing attention on them, I know Lagos State government will do something about it. I've seen that the governor is the commander-in-chief of not just the state now, but the COVID. And he has taken a major role in making sure that Lagos State particularly overcome COVID. And I know, I'm just waiting for his response, his official response. And I know that we will not be disappointed. I've been monitoring him over time.
But I don't
even think they should have allowed that. I don't think they should have allowed that. Because allowing the health workers to go on strike is like allowing our defense mechanism. In a game of football, those that are manning your defense system, you think you have a very good goalkeeper, and you are playing 4-4-2. So you decide to remove the 4 behind. So it's very disappointing.
Engineer Tiwoke, quickly, are we taking our eyes off the ball as far as the management of this COVID-19 is concerned in Nigeria? Are we losing focus?
Well, I wouldn't say we are losing focus. It is just that we have a few challenges, and the government needs to be on feet at all times to make sure that we do the right thing. It is disheartening to hear that health workers are going on strike at this period. Recently, the Nigerian Medical Association went on strike at this kind of time. It is disheartening to hear that, but I think the government is also doing their best, but a lot needs to be done to make sure, to show seriousness in what we're doing, because the fight against COVID-19 is a serious business, and we must all hands must be on deck to get this fight on track. And if we play our own different roles to achieve all that needs to be achieved in this fight against COVID-19.
Let's quickly key into the issue that I put on the template for discussion now. Let me start with the one that concerns you. The is it the ease or the uneasiness of doing business as a result of or occasioned by the pandemic? I'm sure you've read the United Nations report. Nigeria is not ranking very well on that report. But then let's look at the way we're doing business pre-COVID-19 and the way we have been able to conduct governmental services and even business generally since this COVID-19 started. Have we seen some significant changes in our ways of doing things?
I would say yes. We have everybody is now used to the new normal. Most of our meetings, like what we are doing now, we're using the digital platform to interact, and it is becoming clearer that the only rescue to the economy for this COVID-19 pandemic is technology. So technology is coming to the rescue. You can see that even the government businesses are all making efforts to adopt technological means of interaction. The Federal Executive Council the other day went on virtual meetings, and there have been a lot of virtual meetings going up here and there. But aside that, there are other technological uptakes that need to be taken seriously in this pandemic, and with the system in place, we are lacking a bit because our infrastructure is not something to effectively write home about. Yes, there is a plan at the moment. I am sure you are aware that the Honorable Minister for Digital Economy and Communications recently changed refocused the ministry and added digital economy to the ministry. And as if he knew, or the government of President Buhari knew that we would get into this. But the issue is that we are still in the planning phases for all this. In November, I know the National Digital Economy and Policy Strategy was launched. And sometime in February also, a 5-year broadband infrastructure plan was also launched by the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy. But in all, we have found out that the major rescue for the economy at this time is its technology, and Nigerians are gradually adopting it for their different business interests.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. General Timoki. Paul, it's like, one of the greatest advantages that this pandemic has left us with